Okay, so here is the question. A particle of mass m is projected with velocity u at an angle theta with the horizontal. During the period when the particle descends from the highest point to the position where its velocity vector makes an angle theta by 2 with the horizontal, the work done by the gravitational forces, and we have a number of choices. So the question is here, there's a lot of misdirection happening here. It's framed like a kinematics problem, and all sorts of information is given. So u theta, finally velocity vector theta by 2, and the tendency then is to think of it more in terms of kinematics rather than work power energy concepts. Yeah, so first of all, there is kinematics involved, obviously. The horizontal component of the velocity is constant for a projectile, so we can keep that in mind. It does not matter though, yeah? We are talking about the gravity work done by the gravitational force, and that is vertically. And so any motion in the horizontal direction, no work will be done in that direction, yeah, by the gravitational force. The vertical component of the velocity varies, we know that, due to the action of the acceleration due to gravity. But that also does not matter. Why? Yeah, the tendency of students is to get bogged down with the fact that the velocity varies, but it does not matter, because this is a constant acceleration scenario, which means the force is constant. Yeah, and since it's a work power energy problem, if the force is constant, it becomes much simpler to evaluate the work done. So anyway, there is kinematics involved. Here are our three equations of motion. Now, out of these three, the tendency of students is to focus on the first and the second. Yeah, those are the easier ones to relate to. And in most questions on kinematics, we find an issue of time is involved. How much time? What is the duration? At what point in time? Etc. Etc. Are the questions asked, and so the focus of students becomes these first two equations, and the third one is left for who knows, very very rare occasions. Often students don't understand that this can be a very powerful equation. In fact, here it is, because time is irrelevant for this problem. It does not matter how long it took. Yeah, it totally does not matter how long it took, because what we are given is a ratio of angles. Yeah, it starts with theta. Now the angle is theta by 2. Obviously there is a relation between the two. It does not matter. We know that the maximum height and the point now we are considering where the angle is theta by 2 will depend on u and theta. There is no denying that. But since we are not concerned with the actual uh, numbers there, yeah, what is the exact value of u, what is the exact value of theta, but rather we are concerned with a relative position. Yeah, theta, the angle now is theta by 2. It does not matter how long it took. What matters is the distance that has been moved. Yeah, because the force is constant, distance times force is work. So that's all that is important. Time is irrelevant, and so equation 3 becomes very important for this problem. So let's take a look. Yeah, it becomes very simple. Horizontal component is constant, so I'm labeling that is u cos theta. When the angle now, when it's descending, is theta by 2, the vertical component of the velocity, let's say uv, should be given by uv by uh is tan theta by 2, which means uv is times tan theta by 2. But we already know what is, and so plugging that in, we get u cos theta tan theta by 2. At this instant in time, the distance s that the projectile has descended through from the point at which it was the highest will be s is equal to uv squared divided by 2g. This is simply from our third equation of motion. Yeah, and so plugging in the values of uv that we got from earlier, we get u squared by 2g times cos square theta times tan square theta by 2. So this is a distance. We have the force. Force is mg. So the work done is simply the force times distance. Putting that value in, we get the work done as half u squared cos square theta tan square theta by 2.